from the womb, John the Baptist is set apart. God is looking at the womb of Elizabeth and not going, clump of cells. He calls the cells John. He gives them his pronouns. He gives them everything. He's just real controversial. Like, that's what God does. He's a he, and I love him. That's what he says. He sets him apart. So I want us to see here, God is pro-life. We serve a pro-life God. I know that's controversial, especially in our city. Especially in our city. When our elected officials have chosen to use $500,000 of our taxpayer money to fund the murder of innocent children. And some people don't like that I say it that way. They'll get real offended. They'll talk about it being reproductive rights. And I've gotten into, people have said many things to me over the years about this and our position on this, but we're pro-life people because we serve a pro-life God. And when they get upset about it, they're like, well, you know what? Let's talk about some nuances. You don't understand everyone's situation, the nuances and all these things. I'm like, oh, cool. Let's have those conversations about nuance. Let's do it. Let's talk about Margaret Sanger. Let's talk about the nuances of eugenics. Let's go back and look at the legacy of Hitler and how that is actually the birth of Planned Parenthood. Let's talk about it. You're like, really? I didn't know that. Let's talk about it. Not now. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about the nuances of it and how the reason why abortion clinics are put in certain zip codes to eradicate the certain races of people. Literally, that's the story. That's true. That's well documented. That's factual. And so I want us to see we're pro-life people from womb to tomb because God is a pro-life God. Because all people were made in the image and likeness of God. All people. And they all have equal dignity. They have all equal value. They all have equal worth. And we believe that. We love that. We support that. And we are pro that. And we see this with John the Baptist. We see this in God and going, looking at the womb of this child and calling him a child, calling him a human. Later, this clump of cells, so to speak, this child is going to jump, we're going to be told, with joy in the womb. When he meets Jesus. This is what God is so pro-life that he wants all life to worship Jesus, even from the womb. This is awesome. This is awesome. And so God will actually use the same term of the baby in the womb of both Jesus and John the Baptist. It's the same term he'll use to 5 and 6 year old kids when he talks about later in the New Testament, those children who love to be around Jesus. They're the same term. So God used a 5-year-old and a 1 second-year-old as the same children, made in his image, equal in dignity and value and worth.